If your partner says any of these three things, they are being coercively controlling. Now, coercive control is always a tough one because a client who is being coercively controlled or has been coercively controlled, their brain will be working chemically in a slightly different way because it actually changes some of the neural pathways temporarily. It changes our conditioned belief system temporarily. And it really makes us question if we're going mad. It's like a mist is descended and we are trying to cling on tighter to that barbed wire even though it's making us bleed. Wanting to be loved in the way we're loving this person. Fearing leaving because we're using all of our energy to stay. And so leaving feels like an absolute minefield. And desperately clinging on to the fact that they're going to go back to who they once were or who you have built them in your mind to be. But if they are saying these three things, I would seriously suggest looking at this relationship and at how healthy it is for you. Number one, we are not going to talk about this anymore. You just need to get over it. You can't keep bringing it up. Now, this is a classic one. When somebody has treated you in a way that is completely unacceptable or has done something to betray your trust or whatever it may be, and when you are trying to heal from that, have conversations about that, look at what it is to heal from this and make the relationship work, you are shut down. This is a person trying to control your emotions by making you feel that what you are feeling and wanting to talk about is wrong. Now look, can we bring something up for the next 100 years? No, of course we can't. But in order to heal, it has to be spoken about. There has to be resolution. There has to be a plan. There has to be empathy. We can't just sweep it under the rug. And when a person is saying this to you, that is exactly what they want to do. Maybe because they don't want to feel the guilt. Maybe because they don't feel they've really done anything that bad and that you're overreacting. Maybe because ultimately they are happy to treat you in that way, but not have the consequence. Whatever the reasons are, they're kind of irrelevant. The reality is this is a person shutting you down and saying what you are trying to talk about is unacceptable and saying when I have had enough, you are going to have had enough as well. Creating that sense of control that you can only talk about what is gold star approved to talk about and only show the feelings that are gold star approved you are allowed to feel. Number two, this is just how I am. This one always irritates me because I think most humans can change. Most humans can evolve. Most humans can work on themselves if they want to. And so many clients are caught in this trap of blaming themselves for why their partner behaves the way they behave or their situationship or their ex. You cannot hold a gun to this person's head and make them do anything, and nor should you. If this person wants to change, they will. If they want to put the work in, they will. You can only lead that horse to water so many times. You can't make it drink. And when a person is saying, this is just how I am, take it or leave it, they don't think you're going to leave. They think you're going to accept that. And they don't think there's anything wrong in how they are. And they are not really having much empathy for how perhaps their more unhealthy, toxic, or even abusive behaviours are affecting you. Because if they were, it would be, oh my goodness, I need to work on this. How do I do that? A person saying that this is just how I am is trying to control your opinion on them. It's trying to make you believe that the way they are is fine and that you are the problem, when in fact often that isn't the case. Number three, you should be grateful for X, Y, and Z. Now, of course, there are different contexts to this particular one, but the context I mean is being grateful for bare minimum, being grateful for communicating, being grateful for prioritizing you, being grateful for doing things that are expected in a relationship. And if you can't give them, then frankly, don't be in the relationship. When someone is throwing back at you what they do for you or what they are for you or who they are in this relationship, that is then causing you to look inwards and not look at the problem. 9 times out of 10, this particular comment is thrown out there when you're daring to bring up an issue, something that isn't working for you or that's unhealthy. They're diverting your attention away from the problem because they don't want to address that, they don't want to deal with that, they don't want to change that, and onto everything they do for you, making you feel like you're the bad one for bringing it up, that your standards are too high, that you're a problem, and that actually you need to look inwards more than outwards. And when we go through a breakup where coercive control has been a part of the relationship in some way, clients really struggle with this, and we really have to give them the map to change chemically their brain back to where it needs to be, that they are allowed to feel, that it is okay to have an opinion, that it is okay to bring something up that isn't working for you, that it is okay to have conversations, so that moving on into future relationships, you don't A, fall back into this pattern again, but B, you stop blaming yourself whilst you're also trying to heal.